Good morning and rise and shine, and welcome to Live at 6:05. I am Dr. Amy Nussbaum. Glad to have you with me here this morning. And I just want to ask you, have you ever felt like you were meant for more, but staying where you are feels easier? You have dreams or ideas, you've got lots of goals, but maybe fear and doubt, or even just the routine of your day just keeps you from acting on those dreams and those goals and those ideas. Have you ever sensed maybe that God is nudging you toward something new, but you keep finding reasons to stay where you are? Maybe maybe you're thinking, oh, I will, it's just not the right time, or I don't have enough experience, or I don't, um, I'm too old, I'm too young, gonna wait till the kids get out of the house, gonna wait till summer, gonna wait till fall. We start to come up with more and more excuses. But if any of this sounds familiar to you, just stick with me this morning, because here's the truth: comfort zones are the enemy of growth. I'm going to say that again. Comfort zones are the enemy of growth. We think comfort zones mean safety. And, back in the day, staying in our comfort zone kept us alive. But in reality, staying too comfortable can mean staying stuck. And we're stuck in our routines. We're stuck in jobs that drain us. We're stuck in situations that don't fulfill us, and patterns that keep us from stepping into all that God has for us, stepping into that purpose, that calling that we have on our life. And if you're waiting for just the right time to make changes, that um, that's fear disguised as logic. We like to think logically about it, and we come up with all of these reasons, but really it's fear that's holding you back. So there is a major cost of staying too comfortable. So if you decide to stay comfortable and not make any changes, not step into these ideas and these dreams and these goals that are on your heart, you miss out on the calling that God has placed on your life. And you were created with a purpose. You were created with something in mind that you are supposed to step into and that you are supposed to do. And that no one else is created to do just what you are created to do. But fear can keep you from stepping into it. Um, you trade growth for what is familiar, the same routine over and over. It feels safe because you know what to expect, but it also keeps you from stretching and learning and growing and experiencing new opportunities. You let fear dictate your future. You tell yourself, but what if I fail? Instead of saying, but what if this is exactly what God has been preparing me for? As you look back, you can see you can see different experiences, different education, different failures along the way, and how they have shaped and created a path for your life and placed you exactly where you are today. Um, but if you uh, settle for less than what is possible, um, then you're not believing God for greater things. You shrink back and stay where it's comfortable. 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, for God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self control. God has equipped you for more, but you have to be willing to step out in faith. You have to be willing to take that leap and to step into the unknown and um, and just take the jump and just see what will come from that. Because if you don't push past uh, comfort and get out of your comfort zone, time will slip away. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and 5 years from now, you're going to be like, man, if only I had gotten started 5 years ago. If only I had stepped into this, where could I be now? And we don't want you asking those kinds of questions, because before you know it, you're looking back wondering what could have been if you had just taken that first step. God never calls you uh, to a life of just getting by, of mediocrity. He calls you to a life of faith and purpose and impact. So let me ask you, where is comfort keeping you stuck right now? Is it in your job? Is it in your daily routine, in your relationships, maybe in your mindset? What would happen if instead of shrinking back, you stepped forward with confidence? So imagine this, because a lot of times people say, "Well, what does coaching even do? What do we do with coaching?" But here's what I would have in mind for someone in this space. In the first few weeks, you would start to identify and rewrite the limiting beliefs that you hold. Um, those logical ideas that you have, we would rewrite those um, and 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 shift the verbiage so it no longer keeping you stuck, but it shifts you from fear into faith. By week 3, you start to feel that spark again, that excitement about your ideas and your dreams. You're dreaming bigger and taking steps forward with confidence. By week 5, you're no longer waiting for the perfect time. You're learning how to take action even when it feels scary. Doing it afraid sometimes is where we need to be. And by week 9, your vision is very clear. You know where you're heading, your confidence is growing, and you're finally making the moves that you have been waiting on. And by week 16, you're looking back and realizing that you're not just hoping for change, but you've stepped into a whole new season of purpose, a season of boldness, and a season of faith, and really just having joy and peace about being out there outside of your comfort zone, really embracing your purpose and stepping into a life that you love. So, but listen, you don't have to figure this out all by yourself. If you're tired of letting fear keep you in the same place, it's time to do something different because, let's be honest, nothing changes if nothing changes. So let's get you moving forward with clarity and confidence. Drop the word faith in the comments or shoot me a message if you would rather, and let's get your complimentary session scheduled. Let's break free from the comfort and step into the purpose that God has for you, the reason that you were created. Because your future isn't found in staying where you are. Your future is found in stepping out in faith. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But until then, remember, you are made for more. So go light up this world with your purpose and with your passion.